Summary of events for the city of Damascus and its countryside for Wednesday, April the 10th. The number of martyrs today reached 75 so far, among them 4 women and 4 children, distributed as 32 in Damascus and its countryside, 22 in Dar'a, 8 in Hama, 4 in Homs, 4 in Halab, 4 in Deir الزهور, and 1 in al-Ladiqiyya. To the field news, and starting from inside the capital, security raided Al-Salihiyya area and inspected IDs in Al-Wanley alleys and near the Quri the barber, and several young men were arrested in Adam alley near the printing press. Regime forces of 7 security cars also set wide raids as they broke into Al-Sha'ara alley, accompanied with masked men who helped security by indicating activists' houses, and a number of young men were arrested. Security set fierce raids in Lorin Square in Rukn al-Din as they inspected passing by people's IDs in Al-Kikiya area near Raja Pharmacy. And in Al-Midan, a group of young men of the neighborhood's inhabitants removed the provocative phrases that were previously written by regime forces on some walls. To the southern neighborhoods, Yelda and Babila were exposed to bombing with rocket launchers, coinciding with intensified shelling on Al-Qadam. Security that spread in Al-صناعة set a new barrier near Al-Mustafa Mosque and placed concrete barriers in mosque alleys and by streets and blocked them completely in order to force cars to pass through barriers. In the eastern Ghouta in the countryside, several mortars hit the orchards of Douma, while Zamalka was exposed to fierce bombing with mortars and heavy artillery, as fierce clashes between the Free Army and the regime forces with medium weapons and machine guns took place in the outskirts of the southern orbital road from the direction of Zamalka, while Al-Husseiniya camp and the town of Al-Ziyabiya were exposed to heavy shelling with rocket launchers. Bombing with rocket launchers and heavy artillery renewed on the city of Dariyah from the surrounding barriers and barracks, and regime forces blew up the houses around Al-Mazda military airport in the pretext of creating a safe zone around the airport. A new military convoy headed to the eastern entrance to Dariyah from the military airport this morning through the southern orbital road, supported with 4 tanks, 3 armored vehicles, 3 BMB carts and 6 cars with dashkas, with a number of ambulance cars, pickups and buses for transporting soldiers. Al-Mu'addamiyya was exposed to fierce shelling with different sorts of heavy weapons that targeted the residential buildings and the refugees that shelter the city's inhabitants, causing a huge destruction and more injuries among civilians, most of them children. And lastly for today, a huge fire broke out inside the new building of Sednaya prison, and smoke was seen rising from it heavily. The cause of the fire remains unknown. The city of El-Zabadani was exposed to fierce shelling with heavy artillery, and the new Scud rocket was launched from the Troop 155 in Al-Qutayfa.